Everyone, we got another resin model here. I know it's a bad idea, well, I tell myself it's a bad idea to collect resins because the windows pop loose. But they are the most detailed 1/64 scale models because they're made of plastic and not metal. You can get better details in plastic or more pieces. Here's a high quality box. It tells you on the outside what it is, and apparently it got pearl green. There's only around 200 of this color, but there are other colors available. And then sooner or later, some other brand's going to sell the exact same thing, just as a different brand. This is a waste of cardboard, in my opinion. It's very thick, it's very nice, but why do I have to buy this? Why do I need a credit card of this? It's just garbage. Cleaning cloth here, I have about 1,000,000 of those as well. This is more garbage. At least I can use the cleaning cloth before I throw it out. And then it's got some foam protecting this here. It's a standard size case, it looks like, so that's nice. So we have tape, it's an acrylic bottom, and this is not great. The screws are literally sticking out of the surface. So if you stack this up on something else, the screws are going to scratch off whatever's underneath this thing. So I'm going to take this tape here, and I'm going to cover the screw heads here. Yeah, that's just not good. Other brands don't have this problem. I don't know why this one chose to do it this way. Other brands would actually have recessed holes. Anyhow, yeah, that adhesives, you might have to work at getting that off. This is a loose cover without the tape, henceforth the tape. I can't actually find very good images of this car in green with these wheels. So there's Clarkson there. I don't know if it's the same green or not, but it at least has these little thin spoke wheels. The side view doesn't have the same wheels, but yeah, I mean, it looks like the photograph to me, so that looks good. And then we have this big diffuser in the rear, and the model has the same. The funky taillights, yeah, looks good. Okay. Alright. So you have two pieces of acrylic glued together to create this base, and then you have this photo etch piece with just this nice green paint added in there, and then there's black paint in the etching of the 177, and then Deepmaker is the brand, and limited color pearl green. So that's nice, it tells you what the car is. It doesn't tell you it's an Aston Martin though. Okay, going to the wheel here. Very thin spokes for sure, and I don't see any step lines, so I think these are molded wheels. I don't think they're 3D printed, but I might be mistaken. Maybe they painted them very well. The disc brake, it's got the cross drilling. Unfortunately, I don't think it's centered with the wheel. So it looks like it's off to the right too much, right? So it's because this caliper is so big, I think. Yeah, so that's poor assembly. It's just not good. The tire is good though. It's got some curvature, and you don't see any weird tread blocks on the side like road tires, but there actually probably are treads. It's just that this brand doesn't carry the treads across to the side, so that's good. You can see the green metallic is very nice. It's very fine flake. Hold on. Okay. Then we have a metal strip here glued on for this little accent on the side of the door. What's going on in there, I wonder? Wow, that's crazy. Those are deep vents, and they put metal etched grills way down in there. That's pretty impressive. I thought they would just be hollow and go through to the wheel well, but nope. Very cool. So nice tight details here with the plastic body, the door handle really nicely done. The separate mirror, this is interesting. The stock is part of this casting here, but then the top is a separate piece. That's really hard to do. I wonder if these bodies are 3D printed, because I don't even know how you could get that out of a mold. Anyways, the reflective sticker, it literally is a mirror. And then this is nice, the side windows have a piece of metal, this chromed metal here. So that's going to keep that from popping off, hopefully. What I don't see is on the windshield. We'll get to that later. Alright, at least this, well, even this disc brake isn't centered. See, it's very tight here. It's very open up here. So something about their design, it's kind of bad. They should have had the whole of this metal piece very tight to the peg of this wheel. But they chose not to do that, so that's why the disc brakes are all offset. What I am noticing though is the center cap is a shiny piece. I think that's a separate piece in the middle of this wheel. And now I think maybe this wheel is 3D printed. It looks like the edges of the spokes could have some step lines. Anyhow, there actually are two calipers grabbing this disc brake rotor. One's probably the emergency brake. And then the caliper itself has printing on it. So it's really nice. It's just, I wish it was centered with the actual wheel. So that's unfortunate. To the naked eye, it's pretty hard to see. I am 4 times magnified. Well, not now, but going to the front here, well, before that front, you can see the rear tire is staggered in its width, and it does have treads, even though the side, it looks like a normal road tire to me. So very well done. Then when this grille looks quite fantastic, I'm gonna get the light get in there. It's, I don't know if it's a molded piece of plastic or yeah, it's plastic. Very thin though, very thin grill strakes. This is an insert of some sort with the texture. And then here we have black paint in these little vents looking very cool. Those little pop-up fluid things look nice. This clear cover is actually molded to follow the contours of the body. You can see behind it though, this silver painted light bucket with the projector lamp there. I don't know if I feel like the projector lamp is a separate piece also. It looks like it's a clear dome of resin or something. So that's really cool. Then we have the Aston badge. Look how small it is. It's a separate piece. It's very shiny. Could be a sticker, could be a piece of metal, I don't know. But look at this clear coat. Look how smooth it is. Very impressive. These vents here look nice. They're very three-dimensional. Possibly black down in the recesses of them. Or those are, it's hard to say. It must be paint. I was thinking maybe they're photo etched, but I don't know if you can photo etch angles into something because it's a chemical process. Yeah, see how the louvers are angled? So that must be a piece of plastic, but they put a paint wash or something in there. Or maybe they're, yeah, I don't know. But they look real, so it's pretty cool. This side of the car, yeah, the brake again. It's pushed off way too forward. The cross drilling does look nice though. It's etched away nicely. The tire looks good. This body side looks good again. The rear, that's probably the best centered brake. So 1 out of 4 looks quite good. Alright, so yeah, that side window looks pretty nice. Now the windshield, so this is a concern. There's blackout printing on the back side, and right now it is conforming to the body. But this is under tension. Not much, but under tension. So the question is, will this glue be strong enough long term to keep this corner from popping off, or this whole edge from popping off? Because it's happened on some of my other resins. So it's something to be mindful of, that you're buying these expensive resin models, but they might have popped windows later on down the road. So the wiper blade is photo etched. It looks like there's little recesses there. And then, yeah, well, we'll talk about this right now, I guess. I don't know, these vents are kind of crazy looking. Maybe those are molded plastic because they look three-dimensional. And then this center console, look at this shiny metal thing here. That's really nice. This almost looks like leather, right? The grain of it and the shine of it, it looks like brown leather. I have no clue what those silver things are. I don't know, those are like speakers or something. The panel gaps of this binnacle look very cool. This looks like carbon fiber under a clear coat. That's an impressive dashboard. Alright, the roof has got some sort of styling lines there. And then the rear wing is just inset, of course, and the fuel filler looks good. Now the rear badge. Yeah, it's very shiny, so the camera has a hard time, but it's a separate piece, it looks like, just like on the front. And then look at this taillight. You can see all these little segments as if there were LEDs behind that thing. I have no clue how they did that. Because it's so curved. I don't know. What do you guys think? How did they make this taillight? Because it's so thin, yet it's transparent. It's not red paint. It's literally clear red resin on top of something. Maybe I guess it must be a piece of metal, but I am quite shocked that it's so long and yet able to fit and conform to that rear end. So that's impressive. It's art. It's technical achievement. Anyways, this license plate's awesome. It's photo etched, very nice, and it's got like a brushed finish. And then we have some etched away backup lights, I assume. And then these exhaust tips have some recesses and paint in there. Very cool. And then even these little reflectors looks like they have LEDs or something. Some sort of Fresneling. And then this is like a clear coat or something over carbon fiber. That's what it looks like. I don't know if that carbon is molded and then just clear coated, or if it's a decal of carbon and then clear coated. But yeah, it looks like wet carbon. Yeah, boy, it's really hard to focus on shiny and black things, but hopefully that shows the carbon better. Very impressive looking. Yeah, the treads, yeah, those are not regular symmetric treads. They're asymmetric, like a supercar would have. So far, I am very, very impressed. Well, it's a resin. I gotta clamp this in a vise. So my camera's on the suspension mount, so it wobbles a lot, but I don't know, we have a better way of doing it. So you got these carbon fiber struts holding the rear end together with this leather panel or whatnot. And through these vents, look at this, there's some sort of shiny blue object there. Maybe those are like fluid reservoirs for shocks. What is, yeah, maybe that's supposed to be a coil spring. So this thing has like some sort of inboard Formula One style suspension, horizontal or angled shocks. Pretty cool. Never knew that. Or maybe I'm totally wrong, but what else do you think those things are? Alright, so let's see if I can get that thing stable in the vise. Get the flashlight here. I am 4 times magnified. I can't go any deeper, but I think we did a good job. Look at this steering wheel. Is that a horn icon in the middle or an Aston Martin badge in the middle? I don't know, but it's molded in. There's like a little black switches, or no, those are behind. Those could be paddle shifters maybe. But inside the instrument binnacle, you do see gauges, white on black gauges. So that's really neat. The center console, yeah, a lot of carbon and silver gauges. And I think those are vents there, and like photo etched metal grates for the air ventilation. Let's see, I don't know if we even have an angle to see if this thing has foot pedals. Well, not at that angle. Maybe at this angle? Yeah, no. I can't get light in there. I guess it doesn't matter if you can't see them. It doesn't need them. But I wouldn't doubt if it actually has a brake and accelerator pedal. So look at the side bolster of that seat. It's got a carbon fiber decal or some sort of, I guess that wouldn't be carbon fiber. It's like a weird tartan kind of texture. The door panel is just black, but it looks like it has a carbon decal there. Yeah. So yeah, pedal shifters and the column stocks for the turn signal and the wiper blades there. The center console looks like there's a TV screen. Maybe there's a Aston badge lit up there. Okay, so there are the seats. Let me hit focus again. So the back of this TV screen has carbon. Seats have that wacky, kind of unattractive black and white checkering. It's got a rear view mirror, and it's molded. It's not just a flat piece of etched metal. And then orange, or this brown orange leather. This is a really interesting center console. It's like floating, and it's like scalloping up into the rear vertical. It's almost like a flux capacitor there in the middle, that silver thing. Not sure what that is in the real thing, but I like how this center console is like very organic and floating. And I don't know why there's silver on the side of it, but there is. Yeah. The door panel over there, armrest, maybe the door lock button or door pull perhaps. It's hard to tell. The windows are very shallow, it's hard to see. Maybe a speaker there on the door. Air vent in black. Alright, impressive interior, even though it's really difficult to see through such shallow windows. Just had to leave this rear photo, and you see it's got this like almost like feathers. They're actually going in different direction, these lines. And this tiny model has managed to capture a lot of that essence. It's quite crazy, really. Okay, well, I do have the Kyosho version of this in diecast, and it's quite fantastic, I mean, for a diecast. But look at this tire. It's getting all glossy. It might be getting old. So that's a concern with these rubbery tires. When they get old, what, they're going to crack off or what? I don't know why that thing's so shiny. The other one isn't so bad. Yeah, both of these front tires are very shiny. Anyhow, the casting itself is nice. This is a black interior, and here molded in details and stuff. I added my own license plate, I think. So you can compare diecast to resin, but clearly, I mean, the resin has all these other parts that don't exist on a diecast. Another Kyosho, we have this V12 Zagato. Very interesting looking blobby Aston. Then we have this other Kyosho of a DBS Carbon. Okay, added my own license plate there again. And then we have a Tarmac Works of the DBS Superleggera. And for some reason it has blacked out side windows. I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay, you know, I am going to get rid of that photo now. Give you a top view here. Yeah, in particular, look at the interior. All right, diecast. Granted, this is probably like $6 or $10, 10 times as much. Three-dimensional, very sculpted rear end. This is pretty flat, and no indication of these crossbars really. But totally different price league. So I still like Kyosho, but these old tires, very concerning. The only other Aston resin I have is this DB4 Zagato. No idea who made it because they're all fly-by-night operations. There's around 200 of this green color, and it's a different green, I think. It's like a lighter shade of green. This is an old car, so it looks a lot smaller, of course. But it's got the three-dimensional wire spoke wheels. It's just a nice model. It's the resin. But the high curvature of that windshield scares me. It makes me wonder if that window is going to pop loose. And there's also a waviness in the rear window. Alright, well, that's enough for that. You can look up reviews for all those other ones if you want. So this one, I lucked out again. I don't see... The only gripes are the disc brake rotors are not really centered. 3 of the 4 aren't concentric with the wheel. And that could have easily been addressed just by having a thicker axle of the wheel go through the disc brake hole. So why they have such slack in there, I don't understand that. But again, to the naked eye, it's not so visible. I guess I'm happy to have wheels in general. I think it's really cool to have license plates. The interior is nice. Basically everything on this thing is nice. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next resin model review, if there's a new casting that ever comes out. Thanks.